Magandang umaga mga ka-edu content. Handa na ba kayong matuto, tumuklas at madagdagan ang kaalaman? Halina't samahan niyo kaming grupo na alamin ang istorya ng bayan na kung saan kami ay nagkakilala, nagsimula at nakabuo ng isang pamilya. Ito ang bayan ng Lemery. At sa vlog na ito ay ating tutuklasin at uungkatin ang nakaraan ng bayan na ito. Kung ano nga ba ang katotohanan na pinagmulan ng Lemery. Manood, makinig at tunghayan ang bawat nakaraan.
Alam niyo ba na noong 18th century, Lemery was first called punta. Yes, punta, na kung saan ang ibig sabihin is a must-see place because of a great number of people came to the direction of the village. And dahil sa mga adventurous people from neighboring settlements, they were attracted to settle in the place because of its abundance in fish and other marine life, such as salting and drying of fish, as it became their major occupation due to the great demand of salted and dried fish, with people coming from the provinces of Cavite, Mindoro, Laguna, and Batangas. People come in greater numbers to join the settlers, and the village became populous. At noong 1818, Punta was converted into one of the barrios of the municipality of Taal. At dahil din sa paring si Father Geronimo, ang lugar ay pinangalan sa kanya bilang pagpupugay sa kauna-unahang pari na na-assign at namuno sa Punta or Lemery. At makalipas naman ng ilang dekada, the people of San Geronimo enjoyed the benevolent treatment of the church officials. They lived peacefully and dealt harmoniously with the clergy. Later, however, the church officials imposed strict compliance with religious obligations. Since then, people of San Geronimo turned to the Spaniards. At noong 1839, priests, together with their sacristan, was kidnapped by men under the leadership of Fausto Blancar, the head of anti-Spanish movement in the barrio. At ang insidente ay nagresulta ng imposition of the military rule in the locality, and martial law was declared in the area of San Geronimo and its sitges. Martial law, however, did not in any way soften and hostile the attitude of the people. Their desire for freedom heightened. Instead, the new commander served by the mounting hostility of the residents. They worked hard to foster cooperation and understanding between the Spaniards and the natives. However, on the other hand, Captain Roberto Lemery, the commanding officer of San Geronimo, outposts instructed the military and the church personnel to study the language of the natives and cultivate harmony with them. Thus the Spaniards won their friendship, the people in peace was resorted in San Geronimo. And when Captain Lemery died in 1856, the people of San Geronimo requested the priest to change the name of the barrio to Lemery. At noong 1858, the barrio of San Geronimo, officially known as Lemery. At noong 1862 naman, Lemery was separated from the municipality of Taal and became a district municipality.
Hindi pa dito nagtatapos ang history ng ating mahal na bayan ng Lemery. At bilang parte ng ating pagtuklas sa pinagmulan ng Lemery, narito ang iba pang mga impormasyon. Ang Lemery ay binubuo ng 101.55 square kilometers na may 46 na baryo o barangay, na kung saan ay nasasama sa 1st Congressional District of Batangas, which located in the northwestern part of the province and has a distance of 113 kilometers from Manila and 26 kilometers from the city. Lemery is a first-class municipality in the province of Batangas and has a 3.21% of the total land area of the province of Batangas. Nasasabi din sa history ng Lemery na bago ito maging isang ganap na munisipalidad ay maraming tao din ang naging parte para maging ganap itong distrito. And through the efforts of Candida Cesario Valenzuela, Manuel Cabrera, Policarpio Mardo, Domingo Agoncillo, and Jose Cabrera, na siya ding first gobernadorcillo ng Lemery, and during his administration, he was assisted by Miguel Agoncillo, Cleno Aniversario, Basilio Gatchalian, Mariano Generoso, and Pio Quinto Reyes. At noong 1904 naman, the economic reasons it was again announced to taal by virtue of an executive order issued by the governor, while in the year 1907, by virtue of Act 1549 promulgated by the Philippine Civil Commission, Lemery regained its status as an independent municipality. However, in 1911, a horrible disaster swept the town of Lemery, and hundreds of its inhabitants died when the Taal volcano vented one of its destructive wrath. Ang mga residente, especially those near the volcano island, evacuated to the nearby towns, and the worst is the Second World War did not spare the town of Lemery from the destruction. And to deeply know the history of Lemery, here are some history of each barangay.
Arumahan. The name of this barrio was supposed to have been taken from the aroma tree, which farmers trying to clear the land dared not touch because of its spines. This tree is the sweet acacia, alternatively called ramas in Tagalog. Because the aroma was left untouched, it grew in the barrio in abundance. Although the barrio has been in existence for some time, it was only formally inaugurated as a barrio in 1880. Its original families were the Indosas, Villalobos, and Castillo.
Ayaw-ayaw. According to the folklore, the various name came from the word ayaw, or I do not like, which one of the various beautiful ladies keeps saying to her parents when they wanted her to marry their friend's son. Rather than to agree to the marriage, she ran away all the way, shouting, "Ayaw! Ayaw!" The Various was established in 1893. Originally, the vast lands of the barrio were owned by the Tabik Garcia, whose family was the original settlers of the place.
Balanga. The barrier's name was supposed to have been taken from banga, a large earthenware had used for storing liquids, and even milkish fry for transport to fish ponds in Rizal and Cavite. The barrier's original settlers were the families of Andres Capuno, Graciano Telias, and Danaseto Aguila.
In 1953, Kahilan was still one big barrio, subsequently divided into Kahilan 1 and 2. The barrio's name was supposed to have been taken from a fruit tree of the name Kahir. The barrio was established in 1891. Originally, a large section of the barrio was owned by the family of one Seriaco Kakisha. Over time, however, other families were able to buy parcels of land from him, so that the land was eventually settled.
Gulod, presenting the various name was supposed to have been given because it was descriptive of its topography. The Tagalog word gulod meaning a hilly flip The barrio itself was supposed to have been established in the middle part of 19th century. The barrio's original settlers were the families of Felix Martinez, Martin Catapang, Basilio. Back in early 15s, there used to be lived in the barrio two brothers who were heads of groups of Tilisanos or brigands, which robbed the houses at rich part of San Juan de Boco, the town of San Juan as known.
Barangay Marinis. According to folklore, the Spaniards gave the barrio its name after having noticed that its inhabitants traditionally kept the neighborhood clean. Planted flower, garden sand, built toilets without having to ask for this from the government. In 1896, many of the barrio's inhabitants had to flee persecution by Spanish soldiers. Presumably after the Philippine Revolution had erupted. The evacuation happened again during the Japanese occupation when the barrio's inhabitants had to leave because of the cruelty of the invading army soldiers.
Barangay Nonong Castro. According to a folklore, before the Spaniards arrived in the Philippines, the barrio used to be a forested area through which a brook ran. From this brook, their deaths attributed to Anuno, a folklore-themed creature when an old man who went by the name of Casto or Casto went there to fish for crabs and subsequently died. The place was named after him.
Dayapan. According to folklore, the barrio used to be heavily forested until settlers arrived to clear the woods. They began planting new trees, including the variety of lemon skull, the daya, from which the various name would be taken. Other settlers arrived and like the original ones also planted daya trees until people started to refer to the place as Dayapan, roughly the place where daya grow or was grown.
Recently, Matingkain 1 and 2 in the early 50s, these two were just one barrio. The name was supposed to have been given because this was their tinga or land used to be found. This was used by fishermen to weight down their nets. It was the case that two barrios' name is misspelled and should instead be Matingkain.